Back to live. Check the stream, see how it looks. Welcome back. Occupy One Liberty signing back in from Occupy San Francisco. At the 101 Federal Reserve. Main point for the... I use the microphone. Main point for the occupation at Occupy San Francisco here. There we go. Keep forgetting I have a microphone plugged in and I gotta talk into it. But it sounds good. So, Phil, you mind if I do an interview? Where have you been, man?
No interview.
No interviews?
Yeah.
So,
New York, NATO, came back.
what do you check this out, man. So that way I can talk to people. They can see what's going on.
I've been arrested.
This is great.
Like twice
I love
in
it.
the past
Welcome back to Occupy San Francisco. Live feed with OccupySFTV.
47.
Let's see. See, Mike, this is what I was talking about, man. This is perfect. One-man band operating studio here. Hey, by the way, Tim Cast in your face. What were you saying?
I just wanted to know if your numbers went up.
My numbers.
Or are you maintaining?
They're, the website's maintaining and stuff. IndependentCitizenMedia.weebly.com. I'm so used to looking up and talking to the camera to get the voice heard, but it's here now. I got a microphone.
Stick it behind your ear and have it come around.
Matt, how are you doing? Are you? Good to see you, brother.
Get a shot of all the literature, all the banners and stuff we got up.
All the literature and the banners? Oh yeah, good idea. Take the viewers for a walk around camp real quick.
As much as it is what's left of it.
Well, it's actually a protest site. You can't really call it a camp. But I mean, it was a camp.
I don't know, we had a word for it.
You guys are a platoon. You guys are here 24 hours a day, correct?
Yeah, and they keep trying to stop us from being, but we keep telling them they go ahead and arrest us, we won't sign, and at time it scares them. They don't like that. They can't do anything about that. They can't arrest us. If you don't sign, there's no record of the arrest. It's gone. Boom. Charges dismissed.
Now that we have some more viewers, maybe you could do a brief summary of what you said earlier on that other broadcast.
Okay, just to summarize briefly, some of you may already know about Occupy the Sidewalks, what is started yesterday. We have a plan to get rid of SITLI and 647E, which are the laws that the state and the city have been using against Occupy extensively. The plan for the SITLI is to issue protest signs or instructions to make these protest signs to the homeless throughout the city, basically saying, I protest SITLI. They put the sign down. Being a protester makes you exempt from the SITLI law, so this tactic will completely do away with SITLI in this city, and it is being followed by other cities across the country as well to get rid of their situation. The wordings on all the laws are similar. I'm not sure what's going on with Berkeley. I had some people telling me that people in Berkeley are looking at this as an option to actually get it removed from their ballot. I hope they're successful in this. And then the next step is to go after the 647E ticket, and this needs to be done statewide. We need all the occupies throughout the state to be notified. We need to come together on a date. Basically, the plan on this one is, and you got to understand the law, okay? This is a law that is unenforceable on public land. It states in the law only the owners of the property or the person entitled to or possession of it may make the complaint. That means as a member of the public on a sidewalk, they cannot give me a 647E ticket. It's not a legal ticket. That's why none have been prosecuted against Occupy statewide. There is a case in Santa Cruz right now that I just found out about. I've read briefly the article. I'm going to follow it. They may be able to use this legal argument as well, but I'm not sure if the gentleman that was arrested was on public or private land. This law is enforceable on private land, so you got to make sure where you put your tent up is public. And the next step, after you set your tent up, you know they're coming, you know they're going to give you a hard time, they're going to tell you to take it down, or they're going to threaten you. Do not take it down. Explain to them that as the owner of the property, You have permission to be there, and this is not a legal citation. If they continue to try to issue it, refuse, and then when issued or arrested or detained, refuse to sign all the way through the whole process, you will not sign that ticket. If you sign, there's no point to even going through the exercise because they're going to win. If you don't sign, they could lock you up for up to 3 days, so don't try this on a Friday. But like at a Monday or Tuesday, chances are you'll be released within 24 hours. With mine and Ayat's kidnapping that occurred last week, which is where we finalized this plan during this kidnapping, we noticed that the Sheriff's Department just couldn't deal with somebody not signing this ticket. They have no policy in place, not in this state, and it caught them unawares. The city is vulnerable and the state is vulnerable, and we got to move fast. We want to get this stuff taken down so that the homeless people in particular who are living in the city and throughout the state can get an opportunity to get a tent and get inside before the rain comes. If people don't know, the radiation from Fukushima is up very high and is settling on our planet mostly through rain. And the radiation gets, into your clothes and onto your shoes. You track it in your house. If you can avoid the rain or keep your shoes and all the wet objects at your door, you can avoid tracking radiation. You can also check radiationnetwork.net or .com. I know just Radiation Network can be Googled and it'll come up. And you can get up-to-date readings of radiation around the country and in some cases around the world, depending on who's online right now. There's plenty of information out there on Fukushima and the other things that we're dealing with, as being homeless issues. And also, there is other steps to this plan. We are going to try to go after the property that they just evicted us from out in Bayview. It's a public street. They issued the 647 tickets illegally. There is a possibility, because the street was abandoned 20 years ago, that we can get it from the city using particular laws. We're looking into it. It was attempted once before, and it may have been successful once before. Somebody has done this. So we have a history here. We're going to try to duplicate, set up a tent city out there. We've got outreach right there on the spot. We got a post office. We got reasonably priced shopping for food and such, and a lot of space. A community garden can still go in out there. A lot of you have seen posts about the retreat. It's a really cool spot, and it's a really good spot to concentrate on. The whole area is extremely gentrified. You can see it in the people's faces. When we got there, they were ecstatic. The post office is no longer on the closing list, so Occupy did a good job there on getting that off. It's just all kinds of good things out there, and there's a lot of good energy out there in the people. We just got to roll with it. Keep fighting, get us some more support. Bayview will support us. And we had a lot of support when we were there, and we could turn a few smiles out there into literally hundreds of people to take to the streets when something breaks out there.
Yeah, I was out there and I took some pictures. You can see what Mike was talking about on independentcitizenmedia.weebly.com. The photographs I took are panoramic and of what the camp used to look like. They did get raided, and I hear they cleared out everything.
Pretty much. They illegally crushed all of the homeless possessions that were unable to be retrieved within their time period. Their time period was the amount of time it took to issue the ticket and tell you to get out or you'll be arrested. So another thing is Officer Mann, that would be M-A-N-N, I don't have her badge number handy, stated to Deborah Lujan that our material would be bagged and tagged and we'd be able to retrieve it from DPW. 5 minutes later, I got footage of the crusher crushing our possessions. Los Angeles just lost a lawsuit a couple of weeks ago where they crushed homeless people's possessions illegally, and it was obviously found not to be the right thing to do. So we're fighting back all the way across the board. If you guys have ever been to DPW during business hours, you'll see truckload after truckload of homeless people's possessions, everything they have in the world being brought there to be gone through, anything important to be removed or stolen, which we have experienced extensively. Not that I'm accusing DPW, it could have been the cops in our case. But material possessions that these people cannot replace are gone. I've lost, when they raided JHP, the city took everything that took me 5 years to build up and destroyed it right in front of me. They took the only pictures I had of my kids. I can't replace those. These are things that they do on a regular basis to hundreds of people every day, and the mayor's war on the poor has got to end. The poor are the American citizens here. Leave them alone. Most of these people could get off the streets if left alone. Our protest could actually develop if left alone. Of course, that's the plan. Don't leave us alone. Don't let us get our tents up, because if we get our tents up, then we can start to organize. Then we don't need to worry about our stuff being stolen. Then we don't need to worry about what's going to happen if the cops come and raid. then we can start making progress. There's a lot of people out there saying, well, you're not concentrating on the right issues. Well, I'm sorry. This is the right issue, because this 101 encampment has done some amazing things in the last 8 months that we've been here, and it doesn't have to stop. If we get the tents up, protect us from the weather, we can maintain a 24-hour occupation out here until this building crumbles to dust. We will win this fight. We just need everybody to come together and understand the importance of what we are doing. It may not be the banks today, it may not be war profiteering today, but damn it, it will be discrimination, and it will be the war on the homeless today. And after that, hey, we'll see what's next. We'll go occupy another issue. I got a table load of issues right here to occupy. I'll spend a couple of weeks on each one. We'll try to figure out a way to deal with each one. San Francisco is leading the way in this, people. This is being done nationwide now, and they are looking at us to show them how to do it and how to win a fight. I think SF can step up. I think all of Occupy SF needs to come together, concentrate on this, spend a week getting to know each other again, unify, and let's make some good forward progress and show them what Occupy SF is about.
All right, Mike. Great. Thank you.
Excuse me, I have Officer Frazier to talk to.
All right. Should I follow you there, or? Huh. See what we have going on. We'll follow them here. They've got some banners up here on the fence. This is where the camp used to be. Fucking to survive is life under capitalism.
They actually put that up. Take it down. Okay.
So there, you're not allowed to put anything on the fence, I'm assuming is...
This was expected, but I'd rather have them tell us to take it down than to ask them and say no, because we've reached a couple hundred people with all this stuff. A lot of pictures were taken. So as soon as she leaves, it may accidentally blow right back up on the fence, and I won't see anything. When she leaves, I'll put it right back.
And there you have it. Diversity of tactics, possibly. Oops, excuse me. What was the criteria? I heard her say something about being clean.
You're under your First Amendment right.
Okay.
Like my hair?
Oh, get it, get it.
I was angry.
Oh, get it.
So we're gonna spread it out right here.
So, I hope you guys are enjoying the view here. This is my monopod, my
I always cooperate.
proto pack set up with the hands-free system, so we can talk to people, monitor the situation, run from the cops, and still give you a live video feed if necessary. We should hook up the music. I've got a boombox, a ghetto blaster that I could hook in here. That'd draw more power, and I don't know. Maybe it's worth it.
She said as long as we keep it clean, we're under our
Except I need an assistant here. Yes, he just got volunteered, my brother. Thanks for coming back. I'm glad to see you back here. I saw you on Facebook. I said, oh, Sarah Menifee took a picture of you and you're back in town. I gotta go ahead and say hi. Hopefully we'll run into each other. Here you are. No interviews, right? Okay, well, can you just hold this for a second for me? Thanks. You don't have to say anything. And next. Battery. This, that. Oh, you know what? I just realized we're not going to be able to do it. There'll be no music streaming while I'm using the microphone to talk to you guys. Otherwise, I use this to hook into my stereo pack, which is dangling off the back side of the backpack. And I'd probably be playing Michael Franti and Spearhead right about now. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the front of the Federal Reserve building looks like, this is the front door. I spent quite a few nights. There used to be a police officer right over here, another one right over here, one back there, one back there, one back there. There was probably about 10 Federal Reserve officers here when I first got here, October 10th, 2011. And camp was full. Camp was exactly where this fence is. When I came up from the BART station right back there where I was a minute ago, I turned around and I said, where's Occupy SF? Oh, right here. And it was amazing. It reminded me of the 60s, 70s, hippies gathering around to protest war and the whole situation that we have. Everybody was, for the most part, very loving and greeting. However, there was that suspicion of who are you, and are you an infiltrator, or are you a cop, are you just a general common street thug thief. But camp came all the way up to here, and I remember smoking my first bowl with somebody from camp right there leaning against that fence post, or the lighting post. And as you can see, they're doing construction. They've got these strips here. And they say it's for water leakage in the basement because these were leaking. There's some red tape around them. They did some grout removal. But right below us is the BART station and the Mooney Transit, so there's no way that there's water leaking from these planter boxes into the basement of this building, because the basement of the building is over there and these are over here. So they'll use whatever lies they can to keep Occupy San Francisco from occupying the space that they occupied for nearly a year. They ran them out of here and put this fence up right before the 1 year anniversary. I believe it was a couple weeks prior to that. Here's the information table, donations cup.
Black Mike was like, stop cooking. Like, I was cooking all day. I invented 2 new
Plenty of space for information.
Oh yeah. No, we always need more outreach and get a lot of it, and we don't get supplied regularly enough. I'd love to get all these out here. We do have a guy from that took some of these yesterday. That's going to get them printed up, scan them in or print them up or something like that. And he took some other stuff. But the other flyers that are coming out are instructions for the 647E and the Sit Live Battle. We'll have those available here and up at Montgomery. And I'll probably get some of the outreach. We can only afford to get like 800 of them printed up now. So
You can only afford,
about 800 of them. That's it.
800?
Yeah. We're broke.
Yeah, broke.
We buy a lot of coffee.
Speaking of donations, if you want to make donations, coffee is something that's well needed. What else do you guys need down here if somebody was going to bring items by?
Oh, item donations. Now that's something different. Item donations. We need a couple more chairs out here just for our assembly. We have people that come by a lot, and we sit here for a few hours and just have discussions all day long. That's what we do here. That's how all these great plans that we're coming up with are being made to happen. Other things that we need, always freshies, fresh socks. So the people come up here, we're sitting here, we don't have socks. They go bad pretty quick out here on the streets. Clean clothing and that type of stuff that we could change into would be very helpful. We could maintain a good appearance out here. That's one of our largest struggles. We need markers for making signs, banners. If you guys have any ideas on how to make banners or have any banners laying around that you want to be able to make a statement with, bring them out here. We got this great big fence that we were just told we weren't allowed to use by
tarps too.
Tarps, and rain gear. But we've got a big fence that if you have a disposable sign and you want to make a First Amendment protest, you could probably get a lot of attention by just putting them right along that road all the way up and down here. You know, and I of course won't know anything about it because I'm facing the wrong way and I didn't see who put it there, so it's not my responsibility to take it down. I guess the police officers will have to come and do a DPW run on the fence.
Oh, your sign.
We're falling apart out here.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's all good.
It looks good behind you there, though.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to get a couple more information tables. We have enough people that are committed to this, and we've discussed it in a GA forum. We want to do satellite camps. We want to be able to do hit-and-run tactics all around the financial district. The Montgomery satellite camp is a good example of what can be done. We can either do semi-permanent, like 3-4 day setups, or we can do hit-and-run during the day and retreat back here during the night type moves. But targets are out there. You know, one of my targets personally is the Hyatt. I'm pretty sick and tired of the Hyatt being able to pick up the phone and say, hey, go mess with those occupiers, and the police respond to it. So the next major harassment that the police do to this occupation here is going to cause this occupation to move again, and this time we will occupy the sidewalk in front of the Hyatt. We were already told by the police not to do it, which gives me all the more reason to go do it.
Okay.
I forgot what I was going to say.
That's all right.
Short-term memory
We
loss.
got plenty of time right now, brother. I got some battery charged and everything's plugged in.
Yeah. That just totally fell out of my head.
We can come back to it. I know sometimes I just filling in all the information. We got all kinds of information to share, and that's what I'm here for, is to help share the information.
So are there any questions? Does anybody have anything they want to know?
Yeah. It's actually a pretty good mic because I can hear it on my... You were holding it over there, so I'm running through some tests with the equipment. I'm sorry?
I said, I hope I didn't deafen anybody. My voice is all messed up from yelling at the cops the other day.
Yeah, I bet it is. Let me,
and yeah, that video is R-rated. It's also on the SF.
Let's see.
Page. I got yelled at for profanity.
If I start having technical difficulties because I won't be monitoring it, can you just tweet me at Occupy One Liberty and say, lock screen, system down, something? And I'd appreciate it. Thanks.
Oh, we need technology.
So,
Protect ourselves a little bit better because the moves that we're making are going to quick response. I mean, with my phone being live streaming capable, does it just load in a smartphone? We need other equipment.
yeah, there. How do you like that?
That works. I hope you don't electrocute.
Eat your heart out, Ustream.
Yeah, I got my little box. I got my little Ustream box, except I don't have any.
Except this isn't Ustream. This is James Stream. CIA James Stream.
Where's the green flag with press on top?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, welcome to James TV, the reality of James, CIA James.
Life at the 101.
Life at the 101. You know, if I could walk around and do like the Truman Show, I'd do it all the way up until about the time I wanted to go to sleep or have sex. You guys could watch all the shit that goes on. It'd be funny. I see all kinds of weird shit. If I always had a camera going, you wouldn't believe it. I actually saw this guy break his foot last year during Occupy. It was a sad thing to see. It scared the hell out of me, the noise he made. Ah! But I'm glad to see you're back, brother. And I didn't know it when I first met Matt. But Matt is a fantastic artist, and I saw a painting, a mural he did at the Redstone Building. It's a famous building in San Francisco up in the Mission District. His name is on it, Matt Day, and it was done in 1997. I remember seeing the date on it. I scrolled through my picture log the other day and looked at it. I was like, yeah, it is. It was 97. And I have yet to bring that down here and show you a picture of it. But you know where it is anyway. It's up there in the Mission. If you want to look at it, you walk up there anytime you want.
Also in town.
Say again?
Barry McGee was also painting that. who's in town.
Yeah?
He's all over the buses. There's like a big show of Barry's work. It's great. You should go see his work too.
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Ah, nice.
Take you-
Well, if you're ever in the Mission District, stop by the Redstone Building and check it out. Matt Day, he's on the. You'll go up the first set of stairs, and it'll be in the main hallway there between all the rooms that are off shooting from there. You have to kind of look for it. It's in kind of like the middle corridor, I guess you'd call it. But thanks, Matt. It's good to see you here. Matt is a full-time occupant. He's been here since. When did you get here? Back in October last year, or were you here in September? In September? But Matt's also obviously a long-time local, but he's been maintaining a presence here for a long time. How many times have you been arrested? You don't even want to talk about it. I hear that.
Did you see the sign on that particular barricade? See the little sign on that barricade right there?
The sign on the barricade. Lies line, do not cross. Yeah, I got a lice line here. It's the lice line, do not cross. Bored?
We got bored. We had to
You know, now that I got all this all set up, I'm bored. We need a raid so I can go around and ask the cops, are you sure you feel right about doing this?
I could call them.
Huh?
I'd be like, somebody's trying to
You could call them.
because they shit on the jail.
Alright, good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Another supporter walking by saying good job. Something that I frequently heard here at Occupy San Francisco, and something I hear from time to time as I wander around. I tell people, I say,
Remember, we're losing support.
I'm a citizen journalist. Oh, we are not losing support. I don't care what anybody say.
Smiling a day. And I think it's funny because that's the cops' favorite line to mess with us. Some psyops on us.
Well,
support.
they do that on the news.
All the smiles.
You know, also.
Occupy is not losing support. Occupy is gaining a tremendous amount of support. It's the truth. Just look. I sit here all day and I look at all these people that are walking by, and I get numerous smiles. We get a few cash donations. Some people stop. They look at the literature, and every once in a while, like a couple times a week, we actually have someone come and sit for an hour and talk with us like we're regular people. And we got some of the best minds I've ever seen out here, especially this guy right here. He may not be real quiet when he explains his opinion to you, but his opinions are very valid. So is this guy's. Deborah, on the other hand, I don't know. It looks like somebody missed with a clipper.
You mean Anonymama?
Anonymama. You know, she's in a category of her own. You know, we have our own category for Anonymama. You're getting a wiki page.
Yes, it's my understanding Anonymama here will have a wiki page up any day now. I think we should make a Mike Zint wiki page. He's been at the occupation here, maintaining a presence. I know you. I saw you in camp. You got here back in what, October?
Yeah, I ended up at JP. Ironically, I got woke up out in Golden Gate Park by one of the guys on motorbikes out there, and he told me go to Occupy. Isn't that funny? The police send people to Occupy.
The police sent you to Occupy.
Yeah. I'm betting at this point they didn't want to do that because I actually became involved and did something instead of just coming out there to camp. Yeah.
So, Mike, you're telling me that you were already sleeping on the street, and a police officer woke you up and told you to go sleep at Occupy at Justin Herman Plaza right down the street?
I knew about Occupy, but I was in the hospital. I've got emphysema, and I had a really bad breathing episode last year. So I was in the hospital. I got out. The first day I was out, I just went to Golden Gate because it was close. I laid out and slept. They told me the next morning, you know, just go to Occupy. They're welcoming all the homeless out there. And if you look at me, if you were to profile me from a policeman's point of view, I've got long hair, I'm skinny, I've got to be either drinking or doing drugs. But the situation is I got a bad health. I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't have a criminal record. And they screwed up by profiling me and trying to get me up there. Now I've seen this repeated here They send them at me. I've had 4 individuals come in here today, and yet they don't fit in. We know when they're coming. We see them coming. And, 4 today. So they're also stepping up that little campaign against us, sending a drunk to stand in front of the table and act like an idiot, sending in the real flake, get the drug addict to go in there for a bag, that type of shit. Also today, one of our favorite police officers came in when we told him about 647E. I think I actually had him shaking in anger or fear, I'm not sure which, over the situation, because I accused him of doing psyops and trying to create dissension between this camp and the Montgomery camp, which we did prove. Both camps have talked about
Get a
this.
little closer here.
So we showed that they're conducting psyops against us. And the other thing is I accused him of running an informant into camp and making the informant basically be disruptive. It would be the informant who's responsible for all the incidents that have taken his camp down, and when asked to leave, this man does not leave. When doing crimes, this man does not get arrested. When setting fire or threatening to set fire to tents, he gets in and gets out within just a few hours. These are all suspicious things. And when I accused the officer of using this man, the officer's body language and facial expression was an indication that I was accurate. So we have a situation that we have to deal with. The person that's involved in this, I'm not going to disclose who it is. Person that we think is an informant out here, or an operator, I don't know what to call him, a provocateur. Agent provocateur, is actually a pretty decent guy who may have got jammed up in a bad situation. They're going to use him, get him off paper, drop his charges, lessen his charges, and he's got a child, he's got a wife. He's also got a drinking problem. So these are 3 things that, in my mind, really need to be taken into consideration in how we act with this guy. I've been arrested with him before. I think at that arrest he was one of us because something had happened between that point and now that I think they got him on. His whole attitude changed a few months ago.
Is this somebody I know?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yes, it is. I will not disclose the look.
You see the look on my face. Do you think I know who you...
You know who I know.
Okay.
And yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
So...
We'll
get into more detail with that if you'd prefer not to talk
Well,
about
my
it
goal-
now, but you brought it up, so...
I brought it up because I have an idea.
Okay.
If we can get this gentleman
Well,
sober...
you never want to be accusing somebody. Well,
Well, in this case, I've suspected the evidence has been there circumstantial. Obviously, I don't have a piece of paper sign saying that he's this, but I've been through this enough. I used to be, involved with distributing marijuana, and I've seen some of the tactics that they use. My distribution was legal, medicinal only, and these tactics are the same types of tactics that the feds are using up there to infiltrate the little group to get to the growers, to shut down the growers. What I see is an opportunity to get an interview. I want it on camera. I want him sober, and I want him to come clean on camera as to being the operative. And I think that we have this man's respect enough that he may put it out there. And if we can get that, I don't know what good it's going to be. It's going to be cool to get it done.
Well, so you're going to get him to put out what?
To say that the cops gave him the instructions to do these things and to operate carte blanche against Occupy, with the fights that have been occurring here and the police just coming and looking and leaving. And now you know.
I think I know who you're talking about.
We'll talk about it off camera just to make it clear, and you'll see what I'm up to.
Well, there's a couple people that come to mind. So, without me actually accusing somebody of being an informant, a provocateur, an agent,
Just don't mention names.
whatnot.
A lot of
I'm
people
not
have already
mentioning names, but
suspected.
there are several people in camp that I had suspected that of, and you're telling me that information's coming back around again.
Yeah. If it hadn't been for the officer's body language and my suspicions, because there's another connection between these 2 gentlemen. I can't go into it because it'll give away who they are, but it's a well-known, well-talked-about connection between this police officer and this person. So
Interesting. So, I have a feeling that in future
it could get
broadcasts,
juicy. I
maybe
like
we'll
drama.
get that information and pass that along to the viewers if you're interested in finding out.
Yeah, I like drama because this type of
Drama.
suspense, this type of stuff, this is good stuff because it will get the viewers up. They want to know what's up just as much as I do.
Well, yeah, and as far as Occupy goes, it was definitely infiltrated by people spreading some money around saying, go get drunk and have a party and cause a ruckus.
Spreading drunk,
right?
Drugs,
etc., other things.
Out of the 5150 clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Drop a van load off.
And you yourself said that the police told you, they woke you up on the sidewalk and said, "Hey, you need to."
No, I was in the park.
You were in the park.
Yeah.
Okay, so not on the sidewalk.
Right.
You were sleeping on the street, and they sent you over to Occupy at Bradley Manning Plaza.
Yep. I'm not the only one either. There's a lot of people I know.
Yeah, you know,
over there.
back in the day, I remember hearing that from quite a few people when I was in camp, and I always thought that was rather strange that the police would, do something like that. But then as I thought about it, I thought to myself, on the one hand, that's a great tactic to send the what some people would consider the dregs of society to all gather in one place and make it look like shit. But what they did was they brought a bunch of people together and they communicated
Look at the dregs of society.
face to face, and they found a common goal, which was to change the way humanity sees itself now and in the future. That there's an awakening going on, and
Hopefully there is.
well, I
I
still see
one or
it.
two new eyes every day, so.
Well, but there was an awakening that has begun, in my opinion, that happened because there was a lot of communication, and everybody I talked to, if they don't know about Occupy, they do know that the human race is a disease killing itself. It's a virus. The only thing that is similar to a virus is humanity, because we are doing the exact same thing a virus will do, which is killing its host. A parasite virus. We are killing our host. So, I think with the fact that everybody started talking, it spread the word from. I see. Look, we've got Mick here. How old is Mick? Mick, how old are you?
55.
You're 55. Okay, and I've seen people as old as 75 at Occupy, and there's as young as 20-year-olds here. So there was a huge diversity in age groups, and then all nationalities came together. And a lot of people are still here, and if they're not here, they're on the road talking to each other, doing the same thing. And as far as viewers go, my viewers are average, Mike, and quite frankly, I think that the link that we put up, because it was spelled out wrong, had to do with that. And then also, when I have viewers now, if you guys would please let people know, go ahead and tweet it out that we're live, so I can get a few people coming in. I've got a few announcements to make, and some battery for now.
If anybody has any questions on the operation that we're in the middle of,
Questions on the operation?
please. Let
647E operation.
647E and sit live. Just let us know, and if anybody has any advice on helping us with the land grab from the city, for our public lands back over there on Van Dyke, let us know also. The goal out there is, again, we want to do a tent city for the homeless to get them out of the rain, which is dangerously radioactive. And we want to, by the way, as far as dangerously, I don't want to freak everybody out about, oh my God, the world's coming to an end. When it comes to radiation and you're doing measurings, it's measured in CPMs or clicks per minute. The truth is there is no safe click. So any one of those, from low readings of 10 to high readings of 1,000, it's any one of those clicks that can be the one that kills you. So you don't know when that comes in. And the way the radiation kills you is the more clicks hit your body, the more free radicals are created. And that ends up overstressing the system's ability to deal with the free radicals, and that's where you die. At least that's what I've heard. I'm not a medical doctor. But it's something to think about. Get out of the rain over the winter months. Get your shoes off at the door. Get your wet clothing off at the door so you don't track any radioactive water through the house. And then eat a lot of vitamin C and iodine. Vitamin C will help repair or help your body shed the free radicals. This is all advice from a geoscientist, Lorena Moray. Go ahead and Google her. She's a conspiracy theorist for those people who like that type of stuff. She's an expert on Fukushima. She's an expert on HARP, which is Tesla's little toy that may be responsible for the earthquakes in Indonesia. Yeah, and I had a matching orange, outfit, but they took it from me. And it sucks because that thing was warm.
You got out with the outfit?
They wouldn't let me have the outfit. They had really cool orange shoes that I like. They're comfortable.
Chucks, the BBCs?
Oh, I don't know. Is that what they're called? But I didn't like the orange underwear, especially the fact that it was pretty old and probably obviously well used.
Did you already go to the store?
No, I was just talking to that lady.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about going to the store. It'd be a great idea. Could use something to eat. I could check the archive on this here. I hate going dead when we get viewers starting to show up, because then they always go, oh well, it's not live, and that's what people want. They want live. They want to know what's going on now. They want to see the picture now. And
kind of boring right now. I
yeah,
don't see anything
it is boring, but all the information you've provided thus far has been very interesting. How you're fighting the police on their illegal enforcement of
sit lie on a protest.
Sit lie on a protest. I mean, to try and enforce any kind of local law,
Any law period.
any law period. You're right. Over the First Amendment,
And people
protesting is absolutely redonkulous.
Yeah, people have
You
to
know.
understand that a police officer does not have the right to tell you how you can protest. As long as you're not hurting somebody or creating a public nuisance or a threat to public safety, I don't think that there's anything they can do. If I want to stand on my head here in San Francisco anyways, totally naked, I'm allowed to do that as a form of protest. So why am I not allowed to set up a tent as a form of protest? I don't understand how anybody can make that distinction of a level. That's one of our big arguments against the police. And the other thing is, anytime a police officer comes up and intentionally tries to intimidate you or not let you know the truth, and you have the knowledge of the truth, it's basically policy enforcement, not law enforcement. And you should directly challenge that officer, not in an aggressive, mean manner. Always be polite, but challenge him. Say, if you don't know the law, sir, how can you be enforcing it? And that's the simple truth. They're told what to do. They're not knowledgeable of the law. They are told by their superiors how to act, how to respond, how to interpret the law. And these laws are not subject to police officers' interpretations or their sergeants or the lieutenants or the mayors. They're entitled to a judge, a jury. And the 647E, just the fact that nobody so far has stood up and said, wait a second, lets me know that I think there's a lot of retarded lawyers out there who really just don't care. It's like, come on, where are our fighters? Where's our justice system? Get on our side, guys. Our country's going to hell, and it's time we take it back.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Of course. Take it back. I agree. I'm going to take a stroll real quick. Mike, I want to thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everything you do here. You're definitely an asset to the movement and humanity. So we're going to stroll out of here. Peace to Occupy SF Frontline here. We'll be back, guys, as always.
You headed up to Montgomery?
No, we're going to go grab some stuff over at Safeway. Try to get something to eat. Show the viewers kind of like where we used to hang out back in the day. All right. So we're going to go for a stroll now over across the street. And a lot of occupiers used to hang out over there. There's the Starbucks where we would get free Wi-Fi. We occupied the shit out of that place. We used their bathroom. I bought stuff there, but some of the occupiers would come in and just use the bathroom and leave, and they didn't like that, but oh well. Where else do you go to the bathroom here in San Francisco? You go to Starbucks.
Take a shit on the cop car over there.
Oh yeah, well, take a shit on the cop car. Yeah, that's something that Clyde would do. If you remember the orangutan from Every Which Way But Loose with Clint Eastwood. Yeah, always some live music downtown here. band, two-man band. This is the end of the line where the trolley comes down. And here's the Hyatt where they housed riot cops that would raid Occupy San Francisco. Well, where are you going, buddy? This lane's locked off. Watch out. See the taxis around here. I don't know. They're gonna see now. Most people will stand on the corner and wait for the light, but when you're in California, you pretty much just walk across the street like we just did. Usually, if you get hit, you've got a pretty good lawsuit because you have the right of way as a pedestrian, regardless of the color of the light. You know, I must say, I'm really enjoying having this setup here because the microphone makes it easy. I'm sure you guys can hear me pretty well. I was checking it on my phone earlier. Sounded great. If there are any problems, please tweet me at Occupy1Liberty. It's at the top of the screen there. And the website is also at the top of the screen. IndependentCitizenMedia.weebly.com. And here's that Starbucks I was telling you about. Many occupiers were thrown out of there. They didn't ever throw me out, but like I said, I purchased things there. We're gonna stroll on over here past the Embarcadero buildings here. Check these out. Look at those things. And those were built by the Rockefellers. There's 4 of them. This is number 4. Over here on the right is number 4. This one's number 3, 2 and 1. Right up over here, and there's the Transamerica building. And there's the ferry building, the top of the ferry building right over there. So now that you have your bearings and where we're at, we'll go back to looking at the ground, and I'm going to be the star of the show for now. I just want to say a quick shout out to Punk Boy NSF. If you're watching, hey, what's up, brother? And Freeman Sullivan, another streamer. There's Code Frame SF. All my friends from the Occupy San Francisco Bay Area, Courtney Occupy, Bella Ico, Pix Please. Try to remember where there's. See, there's Worth of the World. So many names to remember off the top of your head. I hate doing that. Put yourself under pressure. I also want to send a quick shout out to anybody that wouldn't mind helping sponsor a citizen journalist that's put together a hands-free system here. I've got free wireless through my internet service. I'm not going to tell you how I do all these tricks, but I've got free wireless. So I'm broadcasting for free right now. I've got the free station, which to be sure it'd be nice if Ustream would upgrade my channel to high def, because the picture would be much better for the viewers. And what else do we need? I do need the $100 a month to cover the cell phone bill. The data is free. And it's not because I'm grandfathered in, it's because I'm a techie geek guru. Anyway, I'm using a Cerrivo live shell provided by quantum-wireless.com. They did sponsor the device. Cerrivo agreed. Japanese-based company, Cerrivo, and they have this device called the live shell, which I'm using. It's hooked on my hip here. I don't know if you can see it from the camera angle over here. Anyway, I've got all kinds of wires hanging off me to keep the battery power going to all the devices. And if I had another audio cable, I'd hook it up to the phone. and run it out to the stereo system. Probably be bumping some jams right about now. A little Offspring, Rage Against the Machine.
Land
Let's see what.
Whoever told you that is your enemy.
Of course, I could just be playing it right now. I don't need to send it to the stereo system. That's not a bad idea. Think. Let's see. We're good. Thanks, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Live on the internet, brother.
There we go. Oh, Michael Ferrani. East to the west. You know what sucks though? I'm not going to be able to go in the Safeway with this thing blasting. So if you want, you can go in first, and then I'll leave this outside with you, the proto pack, and you can guard it for me if you wouldn't mind.
You can go ahead.
I'm gonna. You want me to go? You go first. That way you got what you need, and I'll just drop this. Or what's easiest for you?
Well, I mean, I have no money or this. So.
Pull that off. Oh no! What do we do now? Oh wait, can you hear me now?
No, don't worry about it. I'll wait outside for stuff. So I just need like a break. A walk.
Okay, just real quick, back during Occupy, there was a gentleman that decided to kill himself. He jumped out of somewhere up there and he went splat right out here. I came running over here to see what the hoorah was. There's some people saying that the man had jumped off the building. So I came to see what was going on, and not much to see at that point. They'd already cleaned up the body and stuff, but makes you wonder what would make somebody want to kill themselves. I hear jumping is a pretty instantaneous way to do it, only if you have enough altitude. So, across the street, or, all right. You know what? The stream's gonna die anyway, regardless. Oh, maybe not. I'll just leave it all. You want music on or off? Off? On. Alright. So, hold this for a second. Okay, can you plug that back into there? And thanks. All right.
Oh, okay, put this thing on the battery.
What's that?
Is it okay to put this on the battery?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so what did you do? Perfect. Okay, so that should work right there. I'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy the view.
No.
You want anything? cruising in.
You know what?
there's a blimp right over there.
Really?
So I ran into Safeway real quick, got some grub. They're selling them buy one get one free, so I don't normally buy them, but I need a little energy. Would you like one,
I
sir?
would love one.
Okay, enjoy. With Occupy One Liberty bus rolls, buy one get one free. Share it with a friend.
Nice.
Do you like chicken?
I love chicken.
Have some chicken.
Yeah. Alright.
I also grabbed a little sushi too. Because I grub like that, I like sushi. Here comes the blimp. Check it out. In case you've never seen a blimp before. Well, if that's the blimp that I'm thinking of, I know a guy that does some skydiving, base jumping. You may have heard of him, JT Holmes. You may not have heard of him. He's one of those flying squirrel suit guys. I met him back 1995 or 96 when I went to the U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships in Crested Butte. Guy's good. He's definitely good. He's not as good as me, but he got sponsors. I didn't, so. Anyway. We'll be going back over to the Occupy SF camp after I finish grubbing down some of this chicken. I'm hoping it doesn't have any GMO in it. It's kind of scary what we eat these days. Everything's made in it is genetically modified. What is that doing to our bodies? Occupy the GMO candidate. Sounds like a good idea to me. I picked this up the other day. Somebody handed it to me at one of the actions I was at. 10:17, 8 a.m. at the Obama campaign office, 2278 Market Street, San Francisco. Occupy the GMO candidate. Why? Because Obama promised to label GMO food during his 2008 campaign, but didn't. Obama appointed former Monsanto lobbyist. Hold on, my phone's ringing. Hello. Occupy SFTV. You should park because I'm actually over with him right now. Mike and I are grabbing some grub. That's Safeway. Okay. Bye. I love sushi. What do you say, brother? What do you say? Now, when eating sushi properly, generally you'll use chopsticks. Also, you want to make sure that you clean off any of the splinters. That way you don't get them in your mouth. And as the old joke goes, if well, now you know what? There might be children watching. We won't go with that.
Thank you for your discretion, CIA, James.
You knew where I was going with that. So what you do is you take some wasabi. I already put some soy sauce on it. And you'll put some wasabi and a little bit of ginger. That might be a little too much. So a little bit of ginger and soy sauce. Fantastic. I love it. You like sushi?
I love you.
One piece? Sorry, no chopsticks for you. Oh. Did you want any wasabi or no?
Sure.
That's too much. Eat it. Put that down. Put that on your tongue. No, yeah. If you put it on the roof of your mouth, you're gonna. Not a good idea. It's better on the tongue than it is on the roof of your mouth. Here. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Huh?
I'm awake.
I should have given it to you with a piece of ginger on it, which is the proper way to eat it. A lot of people think that you eat sushi and then use the ginger to clean your palate in between, which you can do, but I was taught by somebody that was a sushi specialist that you eat sushi with the ginger on it. With the and then try that open, would you? Then that one there will be for you. Go ahead and put some more of that on top. There you go. I like lots of soy sauce. So I'll put it on a couple times. But they never put enough wasabi in here, which kind of pisses me off because I like that burn. If you look over my shoulder here, this gentleman sitting down at the bench there, quite possibly could be a standard homeless person hanging out here next to the park. Of course, he could be one of the rich people that lives in the high-rise condos next door here, but I'm kind of doubting it.
Either way, he's a
Yeah, something you see very common around in most cities is
very rich.
the homeless occupying the parks near where the rich are. some of them do actually get favors, and they're welcome in the area, but that's very few and far between. Most of them are run off by the police with brutal force. You know, and I'm an advocate for peace, and I think that regardless where somebody is, you know, if somebody's living on the streets, the police need to have a little more compassion the way they handle situations, and if they can't handle it right, they shouldn't be doing that job.
A compassionate cop is an idea.
A compassionate cop?
That's an idea.
Oh, boy, that's wasabi. Yeah. In the nasal passage. Holy cow. Help me eat that chicken too. There's still plenty of that.
I will actually.
I'm gonna spread this wasabi out and see what I got left. There's gonna be a few pieces without wasabi. Oh my god. Of course, that one's got way too much. I love Michael Franti. Great musician. We need to ask Michael Franti if he'll come and play for Occupy San Francisco down at the plaza and make a big old to-do about it and get a bunch of people together and get some like donations flowing, get the movement going again. Well, I mean, not that it wasn't going, but re-energized. Yeah. With a concert from Michael Franti, that would just be bomb. And always get plenty of these. I got it. You want another one?
Sure.
Grab one. Okay. Sure. Wasabi-less.
I like to say that I coined the phrase wasabi-less. I think there may have been a shoplifting.
See that? I gave him a nod and he just kind of just stared at me. He kept walking like. I think it was the hat. You want one with wasabi? No? Alright. Oh yeah. So Kelly called, she's parking.
Oh shit. Where? Ish. That's hard to know.
In the area, yeah. On our way back.
Trash over here.
Trash? Yeah, hold on. Is that all cleaned off?
No, I'm close.
Not even close. So let's see, what do we have on the docket?
Reconnect with women. There's no other recycling.
Safeway chicken. It's not that good, but yeah.
You can eat that. Soy sauce.
Soy sauce is good for the salt intake when you need it. I'm a little low on my salt level. And you know, having a motorcycle in the city is a great idea. Except motorcycles use less fuel, but they're more pollutant. Actually, the way that they burn, the way that the motorcycle engine works, it actually is way worse per mile, per gallon, however you want to look at it, than a four-cylinder Honda. No, seriously, do the research. Oh, we got lights over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 cop cars. What's going on? Really?
Down right over there, the shirt ripped out.
Good thing I didn't try to steal anything. So, see how they treat this prisoner. If you want, stand up and take a good gander. Police are arresting a man for shoplifting at the Safeway. He looks like he's homeless, like he barely has enough to survive on, if anything. What he has on his back is all he has been given to him.
They just about ripped that off.
Yeah. So, what we'll do is we'll go over there and we'll see what the police are doing to this man. See, watch how they interact with me. They're not gonna like me. Yeah, look like they're being nice to him so far. Alright, so grab their propaganda and stuff. Something like that. Michael Froney's gonna have to take a pause for a minute. Alright, let's just stroll on up there and see what they do. What? Were you gonna go for a crosswalk? No, we just walk across the street. We'll just jaywalk it. Because we can do that. Alright. How's that angle look?
That's good. Then it's probably like right at my head level.
Alright. So let's go up here and see what's going on. How you doing, officer? What happened here? No? Huh?
No big deal.
No big deal? Okay. What's this man being arrested for? I'm sorry, can you tell me what...
Because right now I'm doing my job, okay? So
You can't tell me what he's being arrested for?
I'm not going to have a conversation with you right now, sir.
Is there an officer I can speak with?
You'll have to go find out, sir.
Yes, sir, it is on. Can you tell me what you're being arrested for? No comment. Okay. Are you being treated fairly, sir? That was a yes. Let's see if we can get an answer out of these guys. How's it going? What's he being arrested for?
I'm kind of. I don't know if you're sure, but I prefer not to be on camera. Boss. Like I do have that right because I'm occupying my face from your camera.
Well, this is public space.
Oh, I mean, if your camera's on, I have that right to deny it.
Okay, that's fine. Nobody wants to give an answer. They're more afraid of the camera than they are of. And you know what's funny is, I look at it. Hold on, let me tilt this camera down here. As I look at it, I'm looking at the gentleman on the curb here. Now, to me, he looks like somebody that doesn't have very much, and he's probably stealing because that's what he needs to survive. Everybody's gonna give me attitude because I got a camera on him. I want to know what the fuck's going on, but you know, you want to hide your identity when you're supposed to be doing something noble, but not when you're doing something criminal, is the way I see it. So, you know, if you don't like being on camera, then you shouldn't be doing criminal activities. You know what I mean? Most people that don't mind being on camera aren't doing criminal activities. Are you doing something criminal? Yes, I am. What are you doing that's criminal? Well, you're the one that was afraid of being on camera, and I was just wondering what kind of criminal activities you're involved in. Well, you are talking to one of the largest gang members that I know of. There's another gang member right there. Can you tell me why that gentleman's being arrested? I asked a simple question. Shoplifting. Thank you, officer. There you go. See? You know what you should do? You should just give him whatever he was stealing and let him go, because obviously he needed it.
Liquor? He needs liquor?
Does he need liquor? Don't you think he needs liquor? There's obviously something wrong with society when people are stealing liquor to survive instead of food. Maybe you should give him some food and send him on his way.
It's not my job, bro.
Well, of course not. But you know what? I was in the military, and when you say it's not my job, you know what I say? Yes, it is. You're a failure to society. All of you. For arresting that man, you should do something kind and send him along his way with some food instead of alcohol. Yeah, I said it. And the real me is coming out. I'm pissed. You know, I see people that obviously in need of help, but instead they put the old bracelets behind the back trick on you. You know, hey, he was stealing alcohol. You know what people steal alcohol for? So they can hide from society. Why? What's wrong with society? Well, fuck, you're watching, you tell me. We're gonna head back on over to Occupy SF.
We're gonna have a beer after work.
Yeah, they're gonna go have a beer after work. Good for them. I don't know. I'm kind of frustrated right now. If I was a smoker, I'd smoke a cigarette, but I'm not, and I don't have any marijuana in me, so I'm just gonna have to just meditate. Nam myo ho renge kyo, nam myo ho renge kyo, nam myo ho renge kyo. Always 3 nam myo ho renge kyos will just clean it right out. I feel so much better. How's that? Does that look like it's... There we go. Hello. There we go. Wonder if still shows we're live. All right. Interesting setup I have here. I'm really quite excited this is working so well. Once you get it going,
Yeah.
you know, and not that I want to be on any kind of mainstream media, but I think it's funny that that guy Tim Pool, Timcast, he claims to be some sort of inventor and a specialist of technology and equipment and stuff. All by myself, without Occupy, inspired by Occupy, I have come up with this, and I did have one sponsor, like I said, quantum-wireless.com provided me this device down here on my hip, the Cerevo live shell. The camera, 170-degree wide angle, provided by me. The microphone provided by me. The wireless service provided by me. The effort to get out here and do it, obviously provided by me. Which could be coming to an end soon, because it took me a year to find a job, and after working for him for a couple months, and believe me, I have way better skills than this, but all I could get was dishwashing. Okay, now the kitchen is full of Latinos, which I have no problem with Latinos. My sisters were married to a Mexican, and they are hardworking, but when the entire kitchen's Latino, and I'm in Central California, well, the Bay Area, I am in the United States, and I feel a little out of place when I cannot speak English to any of my coworkers, a very, very limited amount of my coworkers, because they don't speak English. And I'm terminated, jobless once again, so working full-time for the movement. $9 an hour was barely enough to pay the child support. So if you guys want to keep the stream going, go to my website there, independentcitizenmedia.weebly.com. If you can't make a generous donation, make a small one. If you can't do that, just stop in and say hi. Hit up the forum or something. Let people know that I'm looking for sponsors. I plan to be in the DC area for the inauguration on January 20th, and I'll be streaming from now until then, as long as I can provide the $100 a month for the stream. I need to pay a $300 a month child support payment, which I've always paid. And that's looking kind of scary, because if I don't make that payment, you know what happens? Thanks to Clinton, ex-President Clinton, first they'll take my license, which I don't have a car anyway, but they'll take my ID or say that my license is invalid. Then what they'll do is they'll start hitting me up on back fines and fees for not paying, so there'll be an interest on that. And then at a certain point, they'll start tracking me down, and they will throw me in prison for not being able to pay my child support. Now, it's not my fault that I can't find a job in this country. I have heavy equipment operator experience. I can read blueprints. I'm educated. I speak English and a little bit of Spanish. I've worked in kitchens. I have lots of construction experience. I've been a pizza shop manager. I've been a ski technician, a ski instructor. Oh, let's see what else. There's a landscape supervisor. Once again, I had to know Spanish to speak to my co-workers, my subordinates, because one of the companies that I worked for, they said, well, we need to have a guy that's white that will be able to communicate with the customer, who is, most of these customers were living in $1 million homes or more, $7 million homes. It was in the Vail, Colorado area, Vail and Beaver Creek, Colorado area. You know, how does somebody with all those talents and skills not even, oh, I forgot, PC computer tech, nerdy geek. You know, I mean, not nearly as good as my friend Mike here. He is a programmer. You're one of those programmers. You don't know hardware. Well, I know hardware, I know software, a little bit of everything. Grandma said, be well-rounded, know a little bit of everything, listen to a little bit of music of everything, never rule something out. So I listen from everything from country to rap, rock and roll to classical. It doesn't matter. But anyway, back to the point of it is, in this country, we have a lack of jobs, people on the streets. We have a lot of people that just don't seem to give a shit. You know, they think, oh, well, I got it good, so, hey, so what if you're fucked and living on the streets? That's your problem. That's not very Christian. And as far as I know, America is supposed to be one of the most Christian giving countries in the world. We were founded on, you know, give us your sick and tired, weak and poor, right? Weren't we?
So.
You know? And nowadays, if you're not wearing flashy boots and flashy scarf and watching some sort of flashy TV show, then it's just not reality. And in fact, this is reality. Oh, look at all the slaves and the serfs standing in line. Believe it or not, yes, you are a slave. You are a serf. They're looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? I love it. So we're almost back to the Occupy SF base camp here at the corner of California and Drum. Market Street's right up over here. This is the trolley, end of the line for the trolley that goes up the hill. A very big tourist location. Look at all these tourists and slaves and tourists and slaves. Yes. Who are you calling a tourist? Who's a slave? Well, you're a tourist and a slave. Yeah, I might be a slave, but at least I'm aware of it, trying to make a change. Yeah, this place is real flashy. Welcome to San Francisco, everybody. Here we have the Castro-bound trolley. They'll be cruising on up the street there. And just as you get towards the end of Market, it'll bend a little bit left. And the Castro's on down there. What do you say? Should we cross the street, brother? I had too much fun. You know, all it is a camera on a stick, and it's really entertaining. Yeah, I'm not sure what she was laughing about, but she seemed to be in a good mood. Excuse me. Here we are, back at Occupy San Francisco. Turn that lens here. Let's give you an upside down view. Whoa. There. Occupy San Francisco upside down. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, eat your heart out, techie freaking geeks. Tim Pool ain't got shit on this. Ustream. Yeah, you got the Ustream backpack, but mine's a hands-free system. 170 degrees, 1080p. And I've incorporated a microphone. There we go. Mike, we're back. Let's read off some of these.
Kelly just drove by.
Did she? She said she was, yeah, in the area. She called. So we've got Lloyd C. Blankfein, Chairman, CEO, Goldman Sachs, wanted for financial crimes. Look at this fucking guy.
Welcome to the much improved and miniaturized 101.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, card number one. Card number one, collect them all. I've got this one at home.
So did you see the posts?
Yeah, that's why I came down.
Have you heard how it's going in Berkeley with this?
No, I haven't heard a damn thing about it.
Well, I've
John
heard
A. Paulson, founder and
I've
president,
heard that
Paulson
they're
and
trying to
Company.
adopt this strategy before they get it all
What's this?
So I hope it works.
Guy for
But part
more
two, did you
security.
hear about part two? 647E. That's the illegal lodging ticket. They keep breaking our tax count. It's illegal to be what you can enforce on public lands. It's only the public can make the complaints. It has to be enforced by the owner.
Yeah, you guys want some of these cards? You're gonna have to come down here and get them yourself.
You arrested us. So we're going after that. And we're going to do a statewide. Maybe a couple of people off without a big permit. I don't know. We're going to set them up. We're not going to sign it. We're going to try to get them. And then we'll do the same thing. File lawsuits on damages and all that good stuff. Guarantee one thing, there's going to be a change. God, there's food coming home.
Stacy's always here juggling.
The retreat subject is not done.
All these people here that have been maintaining the presence here at 101 Market Street lately were the refugees from the camp that was created. It was the retreat, the Occupy San Francisco retreat, down at the end of Van Dyke in the it was at Bayview. It was in the Bayview area, right?
Yeah, Hunter's Point and the Van Dyke. T-trains.
What was it again? What in Van Dyke?
It was at the end of Van Dyke.
At the end of Van Dyke, yeah.
Right toward those Van Dyke corner. I
Right?
think the name of the abandoned road is Haws. H-A-W-E-S. I think that's the name of the abandoned road.
The abandoned road is named Han.
H-A-W-E-S.
H-A-W-E-S. Haas.
I think
Huh.
that's what the citation of my 247 address is.
Interesting. We have I guess what you'd call midday gathering here at Occupy SF.
Remember Occupy Oakland?
What's that?
Remember Occupy Oakland?
From Oakland? Cool, man.
This gentleman gave me a cell phone.
Occupy Oakland in the house.
This gentleman, this man who gave me the cell phone in Oakland that was so key in documenting all the nighttime footage that we went through all summer, all winter long.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Still got a better camera at night than this $500 phone I got in my pocket.
Does that look pretty level? Does that look pretty level?
Yeah, okay.
All right. I keep playing with the camera.
I just did a bowl and I'm medicating, so my eyes aren't level to make the judgment as to whether that's level.
I see. Here, check it out. There we go. Hold on. You know, I was.
Continuity of the man on the street, right?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Here we go. All right, you can see what I'm doing here. So I've taken the microphone and put it through here. Now I don't have to do anything to talk to you. Completely hands-free. Can do whatever I want, which is what I normally like to do. And yes, sir, please.
Mr. Gordon, I don't know if you smoked on camera or not. I don't
Hey.
like it. I never do it.
Oh,
That's medicine. Medicine. Yeah. We are all
occupy the bowl.
of the let's get high. No breaking balls.
For all you ambulance chasers. So,
Lighter, James.
lighter right here. Let me do a quick systems check. Donations, donations, donations. Everybody needs donations. All right. I love it. This is great.
The police officer is pretty decent.
So I'm watching.
Bigger, humble face.
I'm watching my show.
Got Rob on video.
I can hear myself. It sounds great.
You've got videos? Is it off for so long? Is it off for so long?
Donations over there on
Deborah, Wong came by this morning. I busted him on his psyops. I busted him on running frames. Okay? He's running a psyops operation with us in the other camp. We busted him on that too. So the man cannot be trusted as far as whatever he says. Don't believe it. He left shaking.
So if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything you want to say, you can call me right now. 510-969-0917.
Anybody have any questions on this?
I don't have any questions on that. You might want to read that again. I have more viewers now. I can hand you the mic, and so Mike Zint here with Occupy San Francisco is going to go over some information he'd like to share.
Okay. Occupy SF down here at the 101 has a direct response to the mayor's attack on the homeless and the destruction of all their private property. What we are doing now is we are printing up a piece of paper, and this is called Occupy the Sidewalks, by the way. We're printing up a piece of paper with instructions that we're going to distribute to the homeless on how to beat the sit-lie law. And basically the way you beat the sit-lie law is you make a protest sign saying, "I protest sit-lie." That automatically makes you exempt from the law. Then you sit down. If the police harass you, if the police try to issue a citation, detain you, or arrest you, do not sign anything, no matter what. They are going to possibly even mess with your head, but don't sign. Now, the people that end up getting locked up, like I did up at 850, as you can see, here's my bracelet of kidnapping. I don't know how clear that is. But basically, I was kidnapped when the police tried to enforce this for our doing this protest. I had to spend 3 days in jail, and it was over the weekend, so don't try this on a Friday because they could really screw you till like Monday morning.
And it was a holiday.
And it was a holiday, so it doubly made it bad for me. But go ahead and do it like a Monday through, even a Sunday through Thursday should be okay. But don't sign. They're going to have to drop the charges and let you go because first off, they kidnapped you. Once you go to that jail, I think you're being kidnapped. Come on. They're breaking the law, they're not following the law, and they're taking you. So obviously that's a kidnapping, and I'm told that I can file federal charges, although I have not. I can also file a very large lawsuit over this, which I have not even looked into doing. That's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this so that we can get rid of the sit-lie law, which is really discriminatory against the poor. It's discriminatory against anybody who has a drug or alcohol problem, which I consider to be a disease. I believe that to be a disease under other people's classification as well, yet they're discriminated against. I also think it's discriminatory, quite frankly, against any human being that may have to sit down. I'm sorry, I get tired, all right? I may have to sit down on the sidewalk, and it's my sidewalk, and I really don't think that some guy in an office over there that may or may not be working for us is taking my sidewalk away and told me what I can and can't do with it. Sorry, buddy, I want my sidewalk back. I think that was Gavin Newsom that did this. I'm not sure who. I think I heard it was Gavin Newsom who did the sit-lie. Hey, Stacy, it was Gavin Newsom who did sit-lie, right? Yep. Okay, well, Gavin, I want my sidewalk back now, thank you. It's been, I guess, about a decade since you took it from me. I want it back. Also, as far as...
It's a little solidarity for the trolley operator. Was honking his horn all the way down the street there.
Oh, I can't use that language about Gavin on live TV. You said something about bleep, bleep, shit, bleep, liar, bleep, bleep. Okay. Anyways, what's up, you? Where you been?
I've been on the East Bay having a good time. I've been on the East Bay sleeping and eating and getting fat.
I love you too. All right, step 2.
Yeah,
All right, step 2 on this and this is a multi-prong attack. We're going with the 647E citations that they have been harassing Occupy with statewide. Now, this is a law that states in the law, and you can look it up online. You Google 647E and read it. Go all the way down to E. It says any person who lodges in, that's interesting, in, I'm not in a sidewalk, first off, okay, but it's there, in a building, structure, place, or what, a few other words, and it's without the consent of the owner, which is a public sidewalk and we own it, or the person entitled to or in possession of, which all through this occupation, we have been in possession of the property. Sometimes better than others, but it was held by us. So they go and they issue, I think it was like 4,000 tickets statewide using this on public sidewalks, and not one of them has been filed. So, this is one that we can beat the same way. We set up a tent. When they approach, by the way, make sure you set the tent up on public property. It has to be on public property. When they approach, when the police approach, explain to them that this is public property and that owner cannot be used against you. Read it to them if necessary. A lot of times you have to because they don't know the law. They're enforcing a policy, okay? And then the same thing applies. If they detain or arrest you, you refuse to sign. You say, no, I will not sign it. You may be detained again for up to 3 days. This might even trigger them to destroy your tent and any property you have inside of it. Of course, since they have now broken the law and kidnapped you and destroyed your public property, I'm pretty sure there's a lawyer out there who will be available for you. Now, these things work. They've worked for years. It's just people have forgotten these techniques to fight this type of injustice. So we're changing it up down here. We're going with some retro stuff, We got an older crew out here that's got some ideas that are unbelievable, and we're going to take it to this city. If it works here, use it everywhere, man. Now, be careful on this. I have to say this because Stacy did make me aware that there may be a law in Oregon. I'm not sure what it is, but there may be a law in Oregon that will get you in trouble if you don't sign this piece of paper. So if anybody out there could look that up, I don't know how, I don't know what law it would be, but look it up and let us know, either with CIA or online or on my Facebook or the OSF wall, what it is. I need to get that back out. I need to kind of amend what I've been saying because I've heard of them. I just can't prove that they're there. All right, but so far everything I've found, and you don't want to look into a law that says you have to, or you don't have to, or what is it? You don't want to look into a law that may be online for if you have to sign, but if you don't have, I can't remember what he wrote. I think it's what you don't have to sign. You don't look for that law. You look for one that says what you do have to sign. Okay, so when you Google it, just make sure that's straight. I'm sure I just confused the hell out of everybody. But Google don't have to sign. And keep your fingers crossed, guys, because we're getting a lot of attention. This is like cutting-edge shit that they're using across the country now. They just found out about this tactic when I released it yesterday. And, 2 cities already have adopted it. I've got word that Berkeley, people out in Berkeley are looking at this to actually get sit-lie off the books before it comes on. And I've got some lady was making an article suggesting that all states that have sit-lie, all states that have illegal lodging, that are worded similar to the way ours is worded, go ahead and follow these tactics to try to get these laws removed or at least suspended, make it so they can't enforce them anymore, that it'll be ridiculous. And remember, every time you don't sign and you get locked up, they've kidnapped you. Okay, I know that the NDAA is available for them to actually do this in real life, but as of yet I haven't heard of anybody being detained NDAA style, which means a military arrest and such, not a police arrest, but it has to be the military. I haven't heard of it yet online. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened, but all my friends are still here, and we've been raising some serious hell with these cops for the last 8 months, and I know they're pissed, and I'm pretty sure the mayor does not like us right now. Sorry, Mr. Mayor, you should not have declared war on the homeless.
Right. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. And that was hopefully very informative to everybody out there that's watching. I'm going to do a quick archive because I've been live for a little while. And I want to make sure that this gets saved. So Occupy One Liberty signing out real quick from Occupy San Francisco. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. They'll be